You're now listening to The Creator Code, the podcast dedicated to unlocking the secrets of your favorite online creators. Each week, we will deep dive into the tech, tips, and tricks to find out what truly makes them tick. Whether you're a new creator just starting out or an accomplished veteran, this show is made for you. And now, here's your host, MattyTingles.
Okay, welcome back to the Creator Code podcast. I am your host, MattyTingles. This is the podcast where we unlock the secrets of your favorite creators. Thank you so much for being here. As a reminder, full video of this episode and all episodes are on YouTube. So definitely check that out, the Creator Code on YouTube. And then also Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you are getting your podcasts, we are there. If you are on Apple Podcasts, okay, please go leave a 5-star review, or whatever you think this deserves, but 5-star review and write a review. That is the only way that Apple shows this show to more people. So if you are on Apple Podcasts, please do that. That helps us out immensely. Today, episode 8, we have a very, very special guest joining us. I am talking 244,000 subs, talking over 49 million views, and also absolutely killing it on OnlyFans. Of course, I'm talking about RoseASMR. Rose, hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. It's really, really warm out, and it's gonna be in the 110s this weekend.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
It is gonna be really warm.
Dang, that's really warm.
Is it warm for you too?
It's getting warmer. It's getting hot. I have the AC on literally right now.
Yeah, me too. I know. I'm kind of worried though, because my AC for some reason, I have it set to a certain number, and it's just not cooling off inside. So I'm like, this is the worst weekend ever for it to not not work. So I think Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's supposed to be 108, 111 or 115. It's just insane. Absolutely insane. All right, so you're doing well. Thank you for being here.
Of course.
I know this was you were on my list to be on this show. I'm very, very happy that we could make it happen.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. I'm so excited.
Of course. All right, so I've been asking everyone this. I just think it's really interesting. Obviously, the last year, man, almost a year and a half or more now. Obviously, the world has been kind of crazy with a pandemic and all of that. How have you been doing with that? And what do you miss most about the world before that happened?
Well, I would say it's been a lot. First of all,
yeah,
just a lot of mental health related up and downs. I would say just my mental health took a little dive.
Yeah,
just from everything, just from being inside all the time, and just ups and downs. I would say it was a really just kind of a dark cloud.
Yeah,
and I feel like this year it's finally, I guess, going away.
Yeah,
but still coming out of this it's still up and down.
Right. Yeah,
but yeah, I don't know. I miss the just kind of seeing friends and family.
For sure.
And kind of just oh, I could do this and that, and then it was more of okay, I just have to stay home, and that's it. And yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
it was a lot. It feels pretty heavy.
Exactly. Yeah. And where you're at are things opening up? How is your?
Yeah, things are opening up. I'm in California, so things are opening up, and I've gone out here and there, and I've gone to grocery stores. Some grocery stores are oh, you don't have to wear masks. Some are please wear a mask. I just wear it because I'm just so used to it. So.
Right. Yeah. I know. Yeah. That was the thing I was thinking about today with the mask too. Is there's a lot of places here that essentially where I'm at, people or companies are like, it's kind of their choice, right? Like,
yeah,
you don't have to wear it, but if the company wants to put a sign on the door that's like, please wear them, then you do that, right?
Yeah.
And like, even if it's not required, it's became such a habit for me. It feels weird not to.
Yeah, it feels
You know what I
really weird
mean?
as well. And like I'll find myself like with the mask on and I'm like, say I'm like looking at a shirt and I'll just like whisper to myself like, oh, that's cute. And then I'm like, if I didn't have a mask on, this would look really, really
right.
weird.
Yeah. I think I don't know. Yeah, it's just really, really weird. Like, I think we've kind of reset our bodies and mindset to like just assume we need to do that everywhere now. And so it's going to be really weird if things keep going the way they do and everything just kind of gets back to a new normal. Like,
a new normal.
I don't know. It's weird to think about being around a bunch of people without masks on. Even if it's okay. You know what I mean?
I know.
Really weird. Okay, so let's talk about this. So October 10th, 2017. So you're coming up on 4 years.
I know.
Did I do the math right? Yeah, 4 years.
I believe it. Yeah.
Was your first upload on your ASMR channel?
Yes.
Okay, so now before we get into this, was the video that's available on your channel, the first one, was that actually your first one, or did you delete stuff?
That was the first one. I would say like videos after that and here and there I've unlisted or privated or something.
Right.
But that's my very first one.
Nice.
And I was very, very excited to post it and just like I was just like, oh my god. And this was after like many attempts too.
Oh really?
Like because like I was getting used to the camera, I was getting used to how to record with like the audio and then editing, and I messed up so many times, but I finally did one and I was like, just post it. So I did it.
Nice. I love that. That. What brought you into the ASMR world?
Well, it was actually I think around that time in my life I was just like in a lot of like stress and anxiety. I mean, I'm kind of like that still now, but not as bad as then. Around then I would just like look up like rain sounds and relaxing stuff like that.
Yeah.
And suddenly like gentle whispering ASMR, one of her videos came up and it was like this aromatherapy, like just really nice and relaxing. I watched it, I fell asleep, and I was like, that was amazing. That was amazing. I loved it. And I would say after maybe a few months, I was like, I decided to try it myself and I thought it would be fun. And yeah.
Nice. I like that. I feel like around that time, I feel like Maria, like Gentle Whispering was that person for a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like she's
Definitely.
yeah. Shout out to her.
Oh yeah.
I love that. So since 2017, your channel has grown a lot. What's that experience been for you? What is that like for you?
Well, I mean, I'm just so thankful, and I think it's so amazing and so cool. Like I'm just really, really thankful. I mean, I didn't like expect it to like grow so fast. I was like, okay, it's going to take a while, you know. It's fun. I really like it. I like making videos. My whole thing was just like I want to bring like make it relaxing and maybe like kind of funny. I want to make people smile. And yeah, it's been a fun like journey on YouTube.
Nice. And you just said something that I do a lot with my channel too, is I really try to make my content relaxing, of course, and that's always the main goal with it. But if you can make it somewhat entertaining as well on top of that, I think that's a really good route to take. So and look, that's what's really cool about ASMR is like, you know, there's something for everyone, and some people just like you know, just sound trigger videos with no talking, and they just focus on those sounds and they pass out, right? Or there's people who like a story, or there's people who like laughing with it. You know what I mean? Just stuff like that. So
yeah, you can find it all. I love that I could, you know, make an ASMR video and like be a fairy and make an ASMR video and like just make it fun. I love making those kind of role plays. I haven't done those in a long time, but definitely I love going into like just that imagination part.
For sure. Yeah.
So much fun.
Yeah. And again, I think that is just a testament to what ASMR is, because like there's essentially no rules.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you can pretty much do whatever you can think of doing, you know?
Definitely.
And that's not the case in nearly every other genre. You know what I mean?
That's
so
true.
I think that's why it attracts a lot of creative people too, because they're like, we can do some crazy stuff here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Cool. Well, I just as a person who's in the community, it's been really, really cool to see your growth on your channel and everything. I think it's really cool. All right. So let's see. Okay. So YouTube and also OnlyFans, which we'll talk about in a little bit, is your full-time job, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It is my full-time job.
Love it. When did that transition happen? Talk to me about that whole section of your life.
So going back a few years. So we were saying like my channel anniversary is almost like 4 years.
Yeah.
So I would say it took less than a year to become monetized on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I was very excited. And at the time I was a nanny. So I was like a full-time nanny.
Nice.
Yeah, I went from like high school to, I didn't go straight to college or anything like that. I took like kind of like a moment to just kind of be home and figure out what to do. I was really, really lost, like really lost out what to do. Because like I'm like going back even more because like
no, go for it.
Well, in high school, I didn't really do that well in high school, and then like I was in public school, and then I went into homeschooling. So the last 2 years of my high school was homeschooling. So I was very alone.
Yeah.
In a way. And then after that, I just felt like I didn't know where to go. So I'm just there in my room, like, okay, this is it. And then I would say about a few months later, I what did I do? Eventually I applied to like community college, and it still just wasn't like my thing. I took some classes. I took like a graphic design class and was trying to do some basic classes, but it just still didn't feel like I was really vibing with it. And at the same time I was nannying. I finally got like a little like side job of nannying. I was nannying like Monday through Friday. And that was really nice. That was fun. And then like I would say halfway through the nannying, I started to dabble into YouTube and filming. And then back to, it took like a year, less than a year to get monetized. Nice. And after that, I just kept working pretty hard on like making videos and getting that going. And things like Patreon and OnlyFans, I mean, eventually came along and definitely have helped.
Yeah.
And then I would say it was 2019, I became like full-time. I quit my nanny job and I was like, I can do this full-time.
Nice.
I was living in my parents' garage for this time. So I would say it's really thanks to my parents for letting me live there to not worry about a lot of like adult responsibilities.
Sure.
And so that was like full time, I guess, because that was what I was doing.
Yeah.
And then 2020 is like real RoseASMR full-time adult paying my own rent kind of stuff. I don't know if I'm like on track with the answer.
No, that's
anymore,
great.
But
that's great. I love it.
But 2020 was also the time when I joined OnlyFans, and that definitely helped a lot more as well.
Sure. Yeah.
So
nice.
I've kind of lost track what I was talking about, but that's my little life.
Right. No, I think that's really, and you said it took a year or a little less than a year to become monetized, you said, on YouTube? Okay, yeah. Cool. Yeah, and I think for listeners out there, I truly don't remember do you remember what the qualifications were back then to become monetized?
Okay, so what was really funny for me was that I remember when it was like just get 10,000 views and you can get monetized.
Right.
And I was like, I got that, and I should have like got into like been monetized, but there was something like holding back or delayed with YouTube, and it took like a lot longer. And then like they came up with the new requirements.
Right.
1,000 subscribers, 4,000 hours watch time.
Yeah.
And by that time, I was just like, I still have it. And
nice.
So it just took a little longer, I guess. It took like a few months, but once I got that email, I was very excited, and I was like, wow, oh my gosh, I can like I don't know, like make money from videos, and that's really cool. And it was really cool.
Yeah. I definitely remember because I got monetized. I don't remember when I got monetized, but it was definitely before the new 1,000 subscriber, 4,000 watch hour thing. Yeah. And I genuinely do not remember what the requirements were back then. But I mean, it's something I'll never forget. Like I was in that. Do they still do the Google postcard, like the little card thing? Do you remember? Were you ever a part of that?
I don't know.
Okay, so when I got monetized, the way that they did it to with AdSense, when you set up your AdSense, Google would send out a physical postcard to your house with a PIN number on it.
Oh, okay. No, I did get that.
You did do that? Okay.
I did get that, yeah.
I remember like that just seemed so outdated. I was like in like 2018 we're sending paper PIN number, you know what I mean? Like it was such a strange idea. And I don't know if they do that. Do they still do that now, you think?
I don't know. I mean, I remember getting that now that you said it was like a pin and all this stuff. Yeah. I remember that. And
I don't know, but the point is, I still remember like how I felt getting that, and like how cool it was to just, because it's kind of like a legitimacy thing. It's like, oh, okay, now I'm this.
Yeah, it was. You know what I mean? It's a cool feeling. It was really cool to be like, okay, like my videos are doing good. Or, I mean, I was very happy for like my videos to just do good. Yeah. And I don't know. It was just like, wow.
For sure. Yeah. And the same thing with the 100,000 threshold, if you will.
Oh yeah. That was very cool.
That's a big one. Man, I remember being at like 10,000 subs and being like, that is literally all I want out of this. If I can get that plaque and like get to that point, that's all. You know what I mean? And I think that's a lot of people, by the way. I think that's a lot of people that
it is. It is.
So exciting. But I think this is really interesting to talk about, though, because there's a lot of people out there that are listening that are in that spot where they want to get to that.
For sure.
And just knowing, like, I think Rafi said this, just like trying to enjoy each stage of it. You know what I mean? Like, it's easy to get lost in the expectations and everything. But like enjoy that time when you get monetized. You know what I mean? Definitely. Enjoy that time when you know. So I think that's really cool. All right. So here's the thing. So I'm actually really excited to talk to you about this because, one, I think it can be really educational for people out there, but also, you're the first guest that I've had with an OnlyFans, and a successful OnlyFans at that. So,
Nice.
okay. So you said you started it last year, 2020,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Yes,
All right. So I have a lot of things to go over with that. But just talk to me about your general experience, starting it and then where you're at now.
For sure. Okay, so I didn't realize this at the time because I'm like really bad at knowing like what day it is.
Mm-hmm.
But when I opened my OnlyFans account, I guess I opened it on March 31st, which the next day is like April 1st.
Oh, okay.
And everyone thought it was like a joke.
Oh.
And I was like, wait, no.
That's really funny.
I was like, no, it's legit.
Oh my gosh. That's so funny.
But my experience has been, I would say, really good, really positive. Nice. Honestly, a lot of people that subscribe onto my OnlyFans are really nice and really, really sweet and really, really respectful.
Nice.
Of course, you're going to get some of those people that might feel like, I don't know, like might be mean or not super respectful. And it has changed. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm going with it, but it's real. It's been good.
Okay. No, so the thing with it for me is like, everyone knows what it is, I guess. Yeah. But I guess, but I don't think that they do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think there's a huge difference in knowing what OnlyFans is and actually doing it. You know what I mean? And so like, for instance, one of the things that I've been really curious, and honestly, like behind the scenes, I've texted you randomly multiple times, and I'm like, wait, am I doing this math right? Like, what is happening on your, like, it's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what percentage of OnlyFans subs that you have do you think came from YouTube?
I honestly want to say, like, all my OnlyFans subscribers is like kind of from YouTube. I would say, like, YouTube is a big, like, that's probably my biggest fan base out of all the social medias. So I would say, like, having a big fan base is what like brought success to my OnlyFans.
Yeah.
So I would say a majority.
Nice. Yeah. I would assume, right? I don't know like how to figure that out, but I would assume, right? And that's honestly, that's the way to do it, right?
For sure.
Is have a following and then go into it, right? Like if you look at the top earners on OnlyFans, it's all people with enormous followings in other arenas.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
I just saw a thing. This wasn't on my notes, but I just saw an article about the top 10 earners on OnlyFans. It's
it's probably insane.
Okay, like in my head, okay, this is just in my, because I don't know anything, so in my head I was like, okay, top earners. So there's some big people on there, like actual celebs on there too.
Oh yeah.
So in my head I was like, I mean, maybe like 1 million a month at the I'm like, there's like 1 million a month.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The number one is Black China, and she was at 20.1 million a month.
Wow.
A month.
Wow.
Like, what?
That is like insane.
My God.
That is insane.
And
money.
And I think Cardi B was number 3. There's 2 men on it, Safari and Tyga. But these are all people who are musicians or huge followings other places, right?
Yeah, definitely. They have a big following, and that's for sure. Big following is definitely going to help you with your success for OnlyFans. I literally like tell anyone that asks me how I do OnlyFans, and I'm like, start maybe like Instagram or like YouTube, and
I mean, look, it's it's not hard to figure this out, at least to me, right? It's okay. So let's use you for an example, right? You are making ASMR videos, your channel grows, right? You're garnering people watching you, you're garnering fans, and loyal fans that are coming back, right? So it would make sense to me that there is a certain percentage of those people that would like to see you in other arenas in other ways, right? That just makes sense, right?
For sure.
So that's why I think that if you're out, and again, this is coming from me, I don't know anything, but if you're out there, like, it just doesn't really make sense to me to start one first before, you know what I'm saying? Like, because how would
I feel like that would be, I mean, it would be, I feel like it would be kind of hard to start with OnlyFans first. I feel like you'd have to maybe go viral on Twitter or some other platform, because you need exposure. I don't know.
I mean, you need to get people through the door, right? So like and I don't know how it works exactly, but like there's no like algorithm on OnlyFans, right? Is there like a browse section where
I mean, there is like a search. I think you can like search up people, but I feel like a lot of people are going to join by seeing your link on Twitter, Instagram,
It's like
YouTube.
There's no way, and I'm sure it's maybe happened, but there's no way people are going on OnlyFans and just browsing through people they don't know and giving them a ton of money, right? It's you've built a connection with people prior.
For sure.
And then you get into it, right? At least that's what it seems like to me. Would be the way to do it. You know, without going into into too much detail, do you think do you generate more revenue on OnlyFans or YouTube?
OnlyFans for sure.
Really?
Yeah. YouTube. YouTube is good. I'm thankful, but
absolutely.
OnlyFans is definitely just higher.
That's amazing, though. I mean, that's the game, right? That's like, okay, so you built this following and you're making money off that, and then you're branching out, and the second thing you're doing, you're making more from that. That's amazing.
Yeah. I'm very, very thankful. I'm like, I couldn't believe what I was like seeing. I was like, is this right? Like, is this what, like, I'm just like holding it on my phone. I'm just like, okay, all right, cool.
How does it work with, like, for you specifically, how do you generate revenue on there?
So
like how in what ways are people paying you on that?
So I would say, sorry, I'm like stumbling over my
You're
words.
good. No, you're good.
But so I have a good like following base on OnlyFans, like people subscribing every month. So people pay $8 a month on there. And then another way you can generate money on there is by sending out PPVs, which is pay per view videos or pictures. So I will send those out through the month as well as like,
so hold on. So you have subscribers that are paying $8 a month, right?
Yeah.
And just that is probably is subs where the most money comes from?
I would say it's from the PPVs.
Really? Yeah. Okay. So then PPV, which is pay-per-view, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that is just so I'm understanding, PPV stuff is stuff that's not on your like not posted.
Yeah. It's like extra extra content, maybe something a little like a longer video or a bigger picture set, photo set.
Got it. Okay. Wow. So that's, I mean, and is there any other ways to generate revenue on there?
And then people can send tips, And I think that's all the ways. It's like you can subscribe, you can send out PPVs, and you can send tips or receive tips.
Okay.
If I'm forgetting anything, then I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think that's it, mostly.
Wow. Okay. So okay. So, and you're saying that you think you probably make the most from the PPV, like more than subs?
Yeah.
Wow. I would have never guessed that. That's amazing. Why do you think that? So I always try to think about like the psychology of why people do anything, right? And so obviously, so they're I would assume that they're a fan of you, and they're like, oh, she has an OnlyFans, okay, let's go, right? So then they'll sub, and subbing, I'm assuming is like just unlocking your page, right? Like
yeah, which has like a bunch of posts and videos and everything.
Okay. And then then they're like, okay, I'm in, right? Like I'm part of this. And then you said that you send out PPV, so that's in like a DM or message system?
Yeah, so it will be sent out. So you put it into a message, your photo set or your video, and then you send it to all of your subs. And it's like a message to them.
Okay, and just to be clear, you can send it to everyone at once, right? You don't have to go through everyone.
Yeah, I can send it all at once.
Okay,
I know that would take a while.
Yeah. Okay, and so then, are the things that you're sending in these messages more expensive than the sub?
Yeah, sometimes
okay.
Yeah, sometimes they're more expensive. Sometimes they're less than the sub price. I kind of like go back and forth depending on like the content.
Right. So, yeah. Okay, cool. Wow, I'm learning a lot. This is it's like a realm that I have a lot of friends that are doing it and being very successful, but I just I'm always curious about that side of it, like the kind of the business side of it, because it is a business.
For sure.
That's really, really cool. Okay, so oh man. Just learned a lot. Okay. How often do you post on there?
I try to post as much as I can. Sometimes I'll go like a few days without posting. Just so I can like focus on like other things like YouTube videos or streaming or just some other kind of content, because there's so many things that I feel like I'm doing. Just one has to like sit for a few days.
Exactly.
But I try to post as much as I can because I want to make the content on there fun and like worth it and everything.
Right. Yeah. I think like, you know, the one consistent thing that every person I've had on this podcast struggles with is like balancing everything, right?
Yeah.
And I can imagine OnlyFans is, you know, I've seen people be like, you know, bitter about it, saying, you know, I don't even know, like how easy it is, how easy and all of that. And I absolutely disagree, because I think it's actually a lot.
It's a lot.
but like, you know, it's just another thing on your plate, right? It's just like, for me, it's like I have a few YouTube channels and now this podcast and Twitch, and it's finding a balance of all of those.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely.
And that's to me, I think that's the hardest part for me as a creator, is finding that balance.
Same. Finding the balance is so hard for me as well, because I'm just like, I think what's been really hard was like trying to do TikTok videos, and I'm just like, I don't dance, I don't sing like lyric. I've sat down for like hours trying to do that, and I can't. I'm just gonna post previews of my ASMR videos, and
there you go.
Yeah, that's it.
Wait, couldn't you? Okay, but this is interesting, because I don't think I've talked about this on the show. It's about how, you know, we have, without exaggerating, you know, 10 to 20 things that we're always posting and figuring out where to, right? But really what we're doing is we're hoping that it all connects, right? We're hoping that you follow the YouTube, so you follow on Twitter, so you follow on Instagram, so you follow on OnlyFans. You know what I mean? Like, it's all connected.
It's a lot.
So couldn't you, I mean, I'm sure that there's boundaries on TikTok, but couldn't you, so if you're making the most money on OnlyFans, couldn't you make an account on TikTok for that and post previews?
Well, the thing with TikTok is that I think they're really, really strict with people posting about OnlyFans, like even saying like the letters. They'll ban you or take your video down, or like maybe like shadow ban you or something.
Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. I think Instagram is a little like that now too, because I didn't post about this just because it was so dumb. But about a week ago, I was I was getting a pedicure. Okay, and I have like a running joke with my Discord about just starting one of just feet, right? Just jokingly, of course.
Yeah.
And so I posted a photo like of the pedicure, right? And I put a thing that said like jokingly like I like drew over the feet and was like, no, you gotta go to the only just jokingly, right?
Yeah.
And as soon as I posted that, I got a pop-up and it was like, Instagram deleted your post. And I was like,
gosh,
what's going on with that? And then the next notification, they were like, you can no longer go live. You can no longer do branded content. You can no longer, like, they restricted my entire account. And I was like, what? Like, what is happening?
And that's on Instagram?
It's on Instagram, yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah,
and
they're so strict.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And like, it was 1 foot in water that you couldn't even see.
Yeah.
And 1 foot out, right? And they were crossed out.
Yeah.
And so I was like, what is happening? And Instagram's such a big platform. It's like kind of hard to get in contact with anyone. And finally I got someone to review it, and I sent the review in, and like 4 seconds later, I got a thing that's like, oh, we've reposted it. You're fine. Everything is back to normal.
Oh my
But I was like, oh my God, like you,
yeah,
it was crazy.
Yeah, they're strict and they're scary because when I've like posted stuff on Instagram to just like promote my OnlyFans, they don't like that. They don't like that at all. You have to change like the letters or do a different photo or something. Yeah, they get a little
I've
strict.
seen, you know what? Because I've seen people post and they'll like spell things differently or space things out. Is that why?
Yeah, definitely. That's why.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
You kind of have to be careful on YouTube as well, because I used to have my link to my OnlyFans in the description, and I got like almost like a strike on YouTube. I just got like a bunch of flags.
Really?
Yeah, because I had like my link in like probably a good amount of videos, and they were just like, nope, take this link out. This link is not allowed. And I was like, okay, will do.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I've never heard of that. That's because like I kind of get both sides, although one side doesn't really make sense, because so for that in an example, right, like YouTube is really protective of what goes up because of advertisers, right? Like if advertisers back out, they don't make money.
Yeah.
And that's really what it's about, right? And so like I get that they're being protective and they're trying to not have anything on there that an advertiser would see and go, nope, we're pulling an ad, right?
Yeah.
But on the other hand, like if you think about the long-term effect, it's going to generate more people on all of these platforms if you let that happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't know. It's very strange.
Yeah. No, I get you.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. So I'm pretty scared about talking about OnlyFans on my YouTube channel. Well, I've heard from some people like they don't care if you talk about it in a video, but they care if you put like links or anything about it into this description. So I'm like,
interesting.
Okay, all right.
Do you do your videos, the ASMR videos? Do you have it? What is it, like made for kids and not made for kids?
It's under not made for kids. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Me too. Yeah. Okay. That's interesting. I wonder I wonder why. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So for creators out there, because look, I don't think that there's anyone out there that has not thought like, I got to do this, because they're seeing people who are, including you. Like, I'm sure that there's a lot of people in the community that are looking at you being like, whoa, she's doing this and killing it. Like, I got to do this. Right. But also I think it's always a balance of like where they're comfortable at and their boundaries and all that.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think that there's probably a lot of people out there that are on the fence. Do you have any advice for people who are thinking about doing it?
Yeah, I have some advice. I hope it's helpful. I would just say, make sure, like, if you're going to OnlyFans, make sure that you are, like, whatever your content you're making, maybe it's like spicier content, make sure you are mentally prepared for it. Make sure you are okay with it and have boundaries, and even like put that on your OnlyFans. Like, I will only do this. I will only show this or that, or like just stay like how you feel and your boundaries, and just make sure you're ready for it, I guess. Because I didn't like have that like bad of like a experience of like, I didn't like regret it. I was just like, oh, that kind of sucks that like someone leaked this or that. And because that will happen, it'll just like happen no matter what.
I mean, I don't know how to, like, it seems crazy though, because and I like, because it's behind a paywall, so the people who are paying see it, right?
Yeah.
And like, of course, like, there's no way to put something on the internet and not have it potentially be somewhere else, right? But like, I would be very frustrated with that if I was.
Yeah, it was definitely frustrating. I definitely had like some like down days where I was like, oh, this like really sucks. But honestly, I was just like, you know what? Like, I'm doing good overall. Like, I'm doing good overall. I do have a lot of good people on my OnlyFans, and like really good supportive people. So I'm happy with that. And
that's awesome.
If people are gonna leak it, then whatever.
Right.
It's gonna happen no matter what. And so that's like really good to think of, like, if I'm posting this to OnlyFans, like, I need to know, like, okay, this might show up somewhere else. So I just want people to be aware of that and to know that. And I mean, like, maybe that's like a no-brainer, but I feel like that's my advice and everything.
Yeah, no, I think that's look. I and honestly, it's kind of the same with YouTube too. I tell people that all the time, is like, be ready for what comes with this job.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean?
For sure.
I think that's really good advice, because I think you know, one of my favorite sayings is really, really simple and short, but it's if you stay ready, you don't have to be ready. Or if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
Got you.
You know what I mean? Like if you're prepared, you don't have to get prepared, because you will. You will be, right? Yeah, so I think that's really good advice for people who are doing that, because I mean, look, it can be a kind of a whirlwind. It could be like, you start this, and if you don't know what you're getting into, and I could see people, you know, being taken advantage of by people. Who know what they're doing, I guess. You know what I mean?
Definitely. I would say, like, the internet can be very, very scary. I've had people email me and try to like say like, send me this and that, or I'm gonna leak your address and your phone number. And I just at first I was like worried, but then I was just like, you know what, I'm not even going to respond to it. I'm just going to ignore it. Never saw it. Never. Out of sight, out of mind.
Exactly.
Oh well. But yeah, the internet can be very scary. People will try to like tear you down, leak your stuff, all of it. But you definitely have to stay positive and look at the better things. And also, if there's ways to like protect yourself, like Like I use cam model protection for my OnlyFans, for all my content actually, and they take down videos so fast.
Nice.
I
Talk to me
actually,
about that.
yeah.
Well, how does that work? I didn't even know that existed.
So, on Twitter, for the longest time, I've been looking for some kind of like website to help me take down, because like doing a DMCA yourself is like really hard, and I think it's like expensive.
For
and
sure.
Who knows where your information is going. So cam model protection, that's what I ended up going with.
Okay.
And they're great. They're really good. I paid for a year, and almost pretty much everything that I've like sent them a link to, they've been able to take it down. And then they do their own searches themselves with like just like looking up my name and they're really good. Cool. They're really good. And
I didn't even know that existed.
It brings me like a kind of like relief and comfort. Like, okay, I don't need to like worry too much about it.
Right. Yeah, that's amazing. I didn't even know. Okay, so let's say so you get sent a link by someone, or you find some of your content somewhere else. You send them that link and they have it taken down?
Yeah. It's like almost every time.
That's really cool.
Yeah. And like I had someone I posted a video on OnlyFans that was like obviously like not safe for work kind of content, and someone posted it to YouTube, putting it like RoseASMR, shirt scratching ASMR, and I was just like, no, this is OnlyFans content, not. And I just felt like that was like a
that's not.
And I had that taken down so fast.
So they do YouTube too. Okay.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, I need that. There's so many of my videos uploaded by people.
Oh yeah.
I've like reported them, but nothing ever happens.
Yeah, I just send it to them and they take it down like almost like in a day or two.
Wow. Okay. Well, and there you go. There's more advice for people out there that are looking into doing this. Is I would say that's super important.
For sure.
To do that. Cool. Wow. What's the biggest struggle with maintaining an OnlyFans for you, especially because I think in general it still has kind of a negative judgmental connotation with it, right? Like people are still looking at it like in a negative way.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people that I talk in person about it have been really cool and supportive. And I mean, they sometimes even say like, oh, I want to try it and I want to join it. And I like try to tell them all about it.
Yeah.
I've never like ran into anyone that was like super judgmental about it, unless they just weren't being honest or whatever.
Sure. Right. Yeah.
But I mean, other than that, I would say a lot of the judgment does come from online. So I'll post a YouTube video, an ASMR video, and sometimes it's not like all the time, but here and there I'll get comments that say, "Oh, she does OnlyFans." Oh, like what happened to this sweet innocent ASMR artist? What happened? She's all about the money now.
Right.
And I'm just like, that is, it's like, I don't know how to tell you any other way. It's just another content that I've come to enjoy and I like to make.
Yeah.
And
look, this is for me, because I get that in obviously different ways, but like even when I started this podcast, I had people that were like, oh, he's just starting another thing to monetize more, blah blah blah, right? But so two things. One, I think, and for creators out there, look, if you're going to post things online, no matter what it is, there are going to be people who are going to say terrible things. It's just, it doesn't make it right, and it's not right, but it's just how it is.
Definitely.
So one of the things that I learned over time that has really helped is, and especially with what you just said about people who are like, oh, she's on OnlyFans, she's just doing it for money. What happened to this sweet, right?
Mm-hmm.
All of those things are, it is literally just them projecting themselves because they can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
That is it always comes back to, it is not about what you or I or anyone is doing. It is that they can't do it.
For sure.
And they are projecting it onto you, right?
For sure.
And again, like, of course, that's really hard to remember when you're just reading terrible stuff all the time, of course. But like, creators out there, it's going to happen, especially if you start to get any sort of success and views and
oh yeah, definitely,
and all of that, right? And if you can just try to remember that it is always the case, it's always projecting their insecurities, their jealousies, their issues, and it's about setting boundaries too. It's about like, you can't save everybody.
Oh yeah.
You can't change everyone's mind.
Yeah.
Right.
And you can't make everyone like you. Not everyone's gonna like you. So
Yep.
Yeah.
Interesting. Wow. Well, look, and I'll say this because I don't think a lot of people, I think it's really and especially with OnlyFans, I think it's really interesting that there's this judgmental, negative connotation of creators making money.
Yeah, there is. It is.
You know what I mean? Like, it's really like the whole, and I think it's gotten better, especially in ASMR, because of so many of us are doing, sponsored content and all of that. Yeah. So I think it's became a little more accepted. But I remember, like, when I was first starting to do sponsors, there was like, oh, sell out, like this isn't the place for that. Wow. And all of that. But again, that comes from this weird thing of, they don't think that creators should make money doing what they do.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
It is weird.
And so with OnlyFans too, that's the same thing. It's like, oh, like, we love Rose. We love her channel, but like, we don't want her to make money in any other way.
Yeah. We just want videos like every day. Right. And that's it. We want this. I don't know.
It's so weird. So then in turn, that makes us as creators feel a little bit weird about like talking about sponsors and talking about stuff, because we don't want those people to think that we're just about money.
For sure.
Right.
Yeah.
But like, in any other job or realm, that's what you're like, you talk about, what am I going to make at this job hourly? Where am I?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it's very weird and frustrating.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
so I think that we kind of shy away from talking about it. But look, here's the truth, especially with you, is that one of the things I really admire about you is that, look, and you said too that you're making more on OnlyFans than YouTube. Like, that is incredible.
Yeah.
Like I don't think people understand how hard it is to get people from one platform to another. It is so hard.
Yeah, definitely.
And so the fact that you can make, I'm assuming, life-changing money on OnlyFans is incredible. It's so cool.
Yeah,
so
I'm amazed. I'm amazed and just so thankful, and just I'm just really thankful. Like, I'm just wow.
I guess this whole rant that I just went on that I didn't mean to is to say, people out there who are watching creators and love creators, we love you guys, and we are literally not anywhere without you. But also, you have to really remember, I really want people to remember, like, this is indeed our job, and we deserve to be paid for all of the time that we put into this. It's no different. You know what I mean? So I don't know how to end that stigma of people being against creators making money. It's really weird.
It is weird, because it's like, well, I don't know. It's like, I can't just, make videos forever and then juggle things. Like, if I were to go get like a job or whatever, this is a real job, but like a job, it would definitely, like, I would be posting probably like once a week or less, or maybe not at all. But this works, and I'm very thankful for it to be my full-time job, and I love it. I have so much fun, and it's not like I don't feel like, I mean, I feel like I've changed in like a good way, not like a greedy way. Like, I'm just like,
of course.
I've been able to upgrade equipment. I've been able to get new props. I've been able to, thanks to YouTube, I've been able to get an apartment. Like, that was, that's what like changed my life a lot, because I was living in a garage in my parents' house for 5 years.
Right.
And I could almost get like a tiny bit emotional, because like it was really hard in there, and it was like hot and cold. It wasn't like a finished one either. Right. It was yeah, that was a lot. That was a big
but it's changed. It's completely changed your life, and it's changed mine too.
Totally. And now I have a studio.
Yes,
not a studio, but office.
Right, but it's just like, we need to. I hate that we feel guilty for some reason sometimes about it, because it's like we do way more than 40 hours a week.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like,
I've stayed up so many nights.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. I've seen too many 4 a.m.s.
Yes.
And then going to bed, sometimes in makeup,
yeah.
So tired.
Anyway, people out there, just please understand, like, there's nothing wrong with creators making money. It is no different than a musician or an actor or anything like that.
Or just like anyone going to any job. Like, we're all looking for a job and trying to make the best of life.
Correct. Yep. All right, moving on. I got a few more for you. You just celebrated 5 years with your boyfriend, correct?
Yes.
Congrats. That's amazing.
Thank you.
What is his thoughts on ASMR and OnlyFans?
So he doesn't like listen to ASMR like constantly, but he understands like it's like relaxing, and he said, I like asked him the other day, like, do you listen to ASMR a lot? And he's like, no, I don't. Sometimes I listen to yours and this and that. But he's not like a full-time listener. He's more of like probably like listening music to fall asleep kind of person.
Right.
And but he's got the tingles, and he thinks it's cool.
Nice.
He's very supportive of ASMR in the ASMR community. For OnlyFans, he's also he's also very supportive of that as well. Nice. And yeah. It's all good.
That's really interesting, because I could see with certain relationships and certain personality types, I could see that being an issue in a relationship, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, it's kind of like, it's only, like, for my OnlyFans, I'm showing a little more, like, my content's just more of like teasing content, but it's obviously like, it's more than like what a YouTube video is like showing. So yeah, I mean, obviously we talked about it, and I was just like, what do you think? I don't want to do something just like out of nowhere, and you're just like, what? And so I asked him, we talked about it, and we like compromised, like, nothing crazy, but tasteful, and it's great.
Okay. See, but there you go, right? That's the key is you guys communicated about it.
Definitely.
Because I could see that being a real issue.
Yeah.
In relationships. So
communication is key.
That's really, really cool. That's really, really cool. And honestly, we don't have to go to it because it would be another hour. But like having that support system for both ASMR and OnlyFans and everything else you do, I think is super big. Yeah,
for sure. It's all the support is so nice. It's very, very nice.
Love it. All right, I got a few more for you, and I will get you out of here. I forgot to ask you this: have you ever dealt with demonetization on YouTube?
Demonetization? Yes.
Yeah, you have
a lot. Definitely, like since almost like the beginning of like doing YouTube, I would get like demonetized. Like my first video, I remember it was a medical role play, super like just ASMR doing medical stuff, very wholesome, and it got demonetized, and I was like, oh no, it's beginning.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Do you still do it? Does it still happen?
Oh yeah, it happens.
Wow.
Mostly for ear eating videos, kiss sound videos, mouth sounds. So it's all of those videos. I like to post those videos because I know big following likes those.
For sure. Yeah.
So I try to like post it and limit it because I'm scared about what would happen if I post too many.
Yeah.
And YouTube just totally shuts down my channel. But yeah, I just got like a few like last week, and I was just like, dang.
Right. Do you dispute them anymore, or do you just let it go?
Sometimes I request them. I request a review, and magically, sometimes they get remonetized, which is cool. Other times, not so much. But yeah.
Interesting. I've said it before on the show too. I have never had a video demonetized ever.
Dang. Oh wow.
Ever. And like, I don't think it's very hard to assume why, right? It's I'm just not I think that women, especially women, but also women in ASMR specifically, are very targeted by.
Yeah, definitely feel that.
Wow. All right, let's talk equipment really quick. What camera and mics are you using right now? Or not right now, but like, when you're creating.
So I love using the 3DO. It's actually right there.
Yeah.
And using my Canon T6i or 6Ti. I honestly always mix those up. But I've been using that camera since like the very first ASMR video. Nice. And using the 3DO. And then obviously I went through the Blue Yeti and I have Rode mics, but I think one is broken. So.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. That's all. All good stuff. I get asked that a lot of like what stuff I use, and so I think it's cool for the people to hear what their favorite people are using as well.
For sure.
All right, two more, and then we will get you out of here. If you could hear anyone on this podcast in the future, who would you like to hear? Anyone? Yeah.
Like anyone? Not
anyone. Doesn't have to be just ASMR. It could be anyone.
I love. Okay, so I pretty much only have like one YouTuber like channel that I watch, and that's Loey Lane. That would be really cool to see her on here.
I would love that.
She's my choice.
Okay. I love that. I love it. All right. Last thing. I know we've gone through a lot. We've gone through the ASMR channel. We've gone through a lot into OnlyFans, which by the way, I think is really, really interesting. I hope people really love this episode. I think they will, because
I hope so too.
We've talked about stuff that isn't normally talked about, and I love that. That being said, let's get into the most controversial part of this interview.
Ooh.
Thoughts on pineapple on pizza? Yes or no?
I'll have to go with no.
No? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yep, me too.
Okay.
By the way. I've asked everyone that. I've asked every guest that, and it just seems like kind of a divided
oh my
thing.
Goodness. Maybe I should give it a try. I don't know.
It just doesn't make sense to me. What's your perfect pizza?
My perfect pizza is definitely cheese, spinach, and onion, and maybe sometimes chicken.
Nice.
Yeah, super good.
Love it. All right, where can they find you online, Rose? This is your time to plug away.
Ooh, okay, so Twitter and Instagram, RoseASMR 477. Because I can't get the RoseASMR.
Oh, it's taken?
Yeah, it's taken. And then TikTok is RoseASMR official. And
nice.
I think. And then YouTube, RoseASMR. And I think that's all of my things.
Okay. Yeah. All right, everyone. Yeah. I mean, look, please go check Rose out on wherever you would like to. She's a lot of places. Of course, the main being the ASMR YouTube channel. So definitely check her out. She's fantastic. Please support her. Thank you so much for being here. This was so much fun.
Yeah,
I was
thank you.
Really, yeah, no, I was really looking forward to this because it's not. I guess like I feel like people in your position get just negatively looked at and judged for OnlyFans, and I want to do what I can do to help show people that that's just not how they should be looking at it.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm a good person, I swear.
I can attest to that. All right, thank you so much for listening, guys. Please remember to subscribe on YouTube and leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, especially. This has been the Creator Code Podcast, episode 8. I am your host, MattyTingles. We have some amazing guests coming up. I have the next 4 to 5 weeks booked out, so I'm very excited. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please be safe out there. Be kind to yourself and others. See you next time.